What is going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about strength training and why I recommend it no matter what your fitness goal is. So before I get started, let's just back up for a second here. For years and years now, doctors, until recently, they have been just recommending, if you want to lose fat or anything like that, just cardio. They just preach cardio, cardio, cardio. You need to walk more, you need to run more, you need to ride the stationary bike or whatever, like do the elliptical. You know, and this is all they preached forever, like was just cardio. That's what's gonna lose you fat and blah, blah, blah. And then now finally studies are coming out that are saying, no, that's actually not the most effective way to burn fat. The most effective way to burn fat is by building muscle, because muscle burns fat. So the more muscle you have, the more you can burn fat, and actually it burns fat quicker than cardio. But seriously, this is very important because people that want to lose weight, they think, okay, let me just go to the gym and get on, the treadmill for an hour and be miserable for every day. That's not going to lose you as much fat as weightlifting, and the studies will now show that. I mean, they were always trying to tell doctors, like, hey, people in my competitors and stuff were always like, that's not how you lose fat quick. Like, it's not cardio. Like, cardio helps, but building muscle is what is really going to tear the fat down. The other thing that people don't realize is, okay, so let's say, you're overweight and you start walking for an hour a day. You just go all out, extreme, you're pissed off, whatever. You start walking an hour a day. Eventually, the body is an amazing machine, right? And it can work for us or against us. It's trying to work for us in the case that I'm going to present, but it's kind of working against your goal. So here's what happens. You walk every day for an hour. After a week, probably tops, your body has caught on and it goes, okay, I know I'm gonna walk every single day for an hour, and it's going to use the food that you do eat differently. It's going to still store it, right? And that's how you can see, I'm sure we've all seen it, a marathon runner or someone like that actually has like a gut and then maybe look a little overweight, but you're like, that person can run. Or they run 25 miles every other day and they're still overweight. Why? Their body holds on to everything it gets because it knows it's going to need it for that next run. It has caught on to what you're trying to do, and in turn it saves it. Now this is kind of like a safety mechanism, right? Because going way back to like the caveman days, if you're walking all day and the body uses all the food too quick, then you feel like crap, you're like shaky, you're deprived of food and all that stuff that you don't want to happen. So what the body does is it uses the fuel you give it slower so that you can perform all day. It thinks it's defending you, but really it's hurting you because you're like, I'm overweight, I want to lose weight. And that's why what people will do is they'll start out 15 minutes a day and they'll see results, and then they'll plateau, and then they'll do 20 minutes and they'll see results, and then they'll plateau. They're just digging this hole for themselves. It's just a cardio nightmare. And then eventually they're up to an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and they're like, I'm not seeing any results. It's because you're not tricking the body. Now, what strength training allows you to do is you get to hit different muscles every day, so your body cannot catch on as quickly. And now, of course, you have to switch up the way you lift and all that, and the diet. Everything's got to be intermittent, like not on and off intermittent, but it's got to be switched and changed. But the point I'm trying to make here is that strength training is vastly better for you and your health than just doing cardio. Now, I do both. I do strength training and cardio. But if I was overweight and I just did cardio, then the example that I just gave you would end up happening to me because it happens to everybody. That's just how the body works. But with strength training, what it does is the more muscle you build, right, the more that you can burn fat, because muscle literally burns fat. So people are afraid to build muscle, or they just want to do cardio because that's what the doctors preach. Well, guess what? The doctors aren't always right. And I don't know why they've been saying that for years, just preaching cardio, but they're finally starting to get it right. The studies are finally being done to show, like, hey, strength training is going to burn fat, and you could work out for an hour and you're going to burn like double the fat that you would if you walked for an hour, right? So you tell me, you know what I mean? You could even decrease, right? If your goal is fat loss, you could work out 3 times a week for an hour instead of walk 6 days a week for an hour. right? I think even though some people may know this information, but I think what's holding them back is just not knowing what to do in the gym. I mean, anyone can get on the treadmill and just walk. But strength training in general, it's going to be a little tougher. There's going to be probably a steeper learning curve, but in the end, it's going to be better. You're going to see way better results. And like I said, the more muscle you can put on, the more fat you can burn with that muscle. The other thing that I want to touch on for this video is this applies to girls as well. I know a lot of girls, they like to lift light, right? Because they're afraid of getting too muscular and all this kind of just craziness. First of all, if you want to burn fat, right, which a lot of girls want to lose, usually girls are the ones that want to lose weight and guys are the ones that want to put on weight. But what I'm trying to say is strength training is going to do both of those things at the same time. So that's why I also recommend it to girls, because if you're an overweight girl or you just want to lose some weight, you know, a lot of them think, let me just run every day. I'll run every day and the weight will come off. But like I said, you'll get into the cardio trap where you have to do more and more and more. And then if you stop, like you go on vacation, oh, it's just going to be bad news all around. The fear with girls mostly is they're like, well, I don't want to get too big. And it's like, first of all, it is not easy to just put on muscle. Second of all, I've never seen a girl go from tiny, you know, with a little bit of fat to just massive, like this manly looking. They all have this fear in their mind that like overnight they're going to be this manly looking dude, just huge and jacked and like huge chest muscles that just ruin the way their boobs look and stuff. And it just makes no sense. My whole point in saying this is just for the girls out there watching, don't be afraid to gain this muscle, because you're not going to gain a ton of muscle overnight and like that's how people act and they think. You're going to gain it slowly over time, and it's going to help you burn fat. And guess what? When you do that, then you can do less cardio, because most people don't like running or riding a bicycle or any of that, because we just don't. Like, it's, especially at the gym, it's just boring, right? You don't want to do that. So you could get more accomplished if you just accept it and then just gain a little bit of muscle in the gym, especially girls, and then just overall you're just going to be happier. Long story short, the studies show, if you don't believe me, go out there and do a little bit of research, that strength training and building muscle is going to help you burn fat faster than cardio alone. And like I said, it'll help you avoid that cardio hole that a lot of people dig themselves into, where they get in this trap, and now if they don't do cardio, they go on vacation, they take a couple days off, and combine that with slipping from the diet a little bit, bam, they gain 10 pounds like it's easy, and they're frustrated. Well, here's your answer. And that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below if you made it this far, or if you have a question for me. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new upcoming content, and follow if you're watching me on Instagram. I know that I say this at the end of every single video, and it might get annoying, but guys, I need your help, because when you like a video, when you subscribe, when you comment down below, those all get my video rated higher. And when I get it rated higher, more people can see it. And when more people see it, I can get more fitness advice out there, and we can help more people, and it just spreads the positivity, and it's all with the help of you guys. So thank you for that, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Wow, I don't think I've ever had to do so many outro takes in my life. I think I just did 6 or 7. My neighbors are probably like, awesome, dude. Do it again. I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they're like, oh, sick, dude. You have a YouTube channel? Sweet. I'd love to hear about it. Not.